Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sawyer Center. SNU basketball live and on the air this afternoon on a chilly January day. The Crimson Storm looking to continue the momentum from dominant performances against Arkansas Tech on Thursday night as they take on the Bisons of Harding University. Hi, everyone. Luke McConnell here in the Crow's Nest at the Sawyer Center alongside Reed Roloffs today for both games. Should be a terrific matchup between these two teams, especially on the women's side, as Harding Bisons coming in off a 15-7 conference season a year ago. The consistency has not been there thus far as the Bisons come in 7-6 and 4-3 in conference play. SNU coming in 8-3, 5-2, coming off a big win against Arkansas Tech Thursday night. The Bisons, a dominant performance against Oklahoma Baptist out in Shawnee. The men, on the other hand, SNU men coming into today's game 10-5, 4-3 in conference, a huge bounce-back win over Arkansas Tech to the tune of 79-47. Meanwhile, the Bisons come in at 1-6 in conference play, 6-7 overall. They've lost 4 consecutive games and dropped a 95-67 decision to the Bison, singular, out in Shawnee on Thursday night. We'll go ahead and get you prepped for the women's game here about 12 minutes before tip-off. Again, the Crimson Storm split the season series last year with the Bisons, a 66-53 loss in Searcy, 20 offensive rebounds for Harding, and 25 of 35 free throws spelled doom for SNU as they shot 31.7% from the field. Here in Bethany, an exciting game. SNU forced 18 Harding turnovers, and Alexis Jones hit the go-ahead jumper from the left elbow with 32 seconds remaining as SNU was able to knock off Harding and maintain their hold near the top of the conference standings a year ago. SNU finished last year tied with Harding in the standings, but courtesy of that win in particular, was able to get the 3 seed in the conference tournament as Harding had to settle for the 4 seed. Thursday night against Tech, SNU finally did what they've been trying to do for quite some time. Just 9 turnovers against Tech, their fewest by far this season. The second fewest this season. They had 14 multiple times this year, but 9, one of the best performances we've seen from them offensively. Still need consistency from that SNU bench as the starters have been carrying the load for the most part, but the bench will be without Massey Beard once again today. She was out Thursday as well, going through the concussion protocol. Morgan Miller and Nefer Leon don't look to be going through warm-ups as well, and they'll be out for today's game as well. Harding suffering some injuries of their own. Sophomore Caitlin Birch is out for today's game, along with freshman guard J.C. Evans, the Norman native. She got hurt on Thursday against Oklahoma Baptist, a big loss for the Bisons, as she's been very consistent this year, scoring and rebounding. Had 8 points and 8 rebounds, along with 7 assists against the Bison, averaging 8.5 points, 6 rebounds per game. So that's going to be a big loss for the Bisons when they've already been struggling this season. Talking to Tim Kirby out on the court during warm-ups, said just runs here and there have been what has killed them this year. It's not a lack of effort, but the inconsistency has been troubling and disappointing. Some late ties and late leads have been given up by those runs. Just unable to get things going offensively. They're 9th in the conference in field goal percentage and 7th in scoring, and 9th in three-point percentage as well. Big key for today's game will be the rebounding as Harding comes in 43.7 rebounds per game. SNU is number 2 in defensive rebound percentage at 73.8, while Harding grabs offensive rebounds on nearly 41% of their misses. They're number 2 in the conference behind Southern Arkansas at 16.5 offensive rebounds per game. Go ahead and bring in Reed Roloffs here. And Reed, it's been a great season thus far for the Crimson Storm women, picking up where they left off a season ago under second-year head coach Trent May. And Reed, they've been doing it with defense for the most part this year. Number 1 in the conference in field goal percentage defense and number 2 in scoring defense.
Yeah, they've been really excellent on the defensive end this year. You really want to see consistency on that end, and after having a great season last year, what you want to do is come in with momentum, and they've done just that defensively this year.
SNU even better in conference play, number one in scoring defense in conference play and holding opponents to just 36% shooting from the field. And Reed, offensively, we saw a great performance there in that fourth quarter in particular by SNU, outscoring Arkansas Tech 18-7 in the final stanza. And that's something Coach Trent May mentioned to us both in the postgame and coming up in our pregame conversation about being closers. How important is that to be a closer when it comes to basketball here with the four-quarter setup we have in women's basketball?
Yeah, finishing is very crucial in determining outcomes of games. You can play 3 average quarters and it could be knotted up, and really how you finish can depend on changing your season. So it's really encouraging to see Southern Nazarene finish, and you hope to see more of that in the future.
So we get both teams have cleared off before their final word from the locker room, and we'll see them back out on the court for their final warm-up period here in just a minute. We'll go ahead and pitch it over to our conversation with head coach Trent May and get things rolling there and get his thoughts on today's game between SNU and the Bisons. Now by SNU head coach Trent May, discussing this afternoon's game against Harding. And Coach, you've mentioned being greedy a few times recently. How do you keep that in perspective with what's attainable for your team?
Well, for instance, we did some really good things. Last game against Arkansas Tech and just the other night, and one of the things that we did things that we needed to improve on. Except there's still some areas that we still need some fine tuning, and we didn't shoot free throws well. And you can say, well, man, you want us to take care of the ball, you want us to rebound, you want us to make free throws, and yes, because those are things that, in my opinion, are controllable. Those are things that any good teams are going to be doing, and so to be a good basketball team, those are some pillars that you have to have and be good at. And so that's I'm going to continue to make sure that we are trying to improve and show progress on the things that are going to help us win games.
Fourth quarters have been good for you guys, and you mentioned you wanted to be a team known as closers. Is there any secret to being a closer when it comes to basketball?
No, I think it's important to discuss. I think with anything, you can't just talk about it a few times and just see how it manifests itself. So I think for us, it's just reminding that this is what we're really good at, and when we get to that point, hey, let's lock in. Let's remind each other what we've been able to attain and why we are good at what we do. And so just continue to remind the positives of how you get where you are, and continue to make sure that that's a focus. And so it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it's been it has gone our way a few times with that, and so we just need to continue to build on that and make sure that that's our calling card.
We haven't talked enough about how well Alexis Jones is playing and leading this year. It seems from a distance that she's really the heartbeat of this unit.
Well, it's funny when you and I were just talking about football a little bit, and you can talk about football and what one defensive captain can mean to a team, and she is a captain for our basketball team, but she is that captain of the defense, and she's a like I mentioned, pillar. She's a pillar. She's a rock. She's you can count on her. She stays out of foul trouble. She's just a relentless on-ball defender, and the hard part, even last year, Abby Nehu's got defensive player of the year, for block shots, or defensive player of the year because of her block shots. And I think that's the thing, is like that's an easy stat to look at. And Lex does so many things that aren't, that you don't see on stats that really, definitely has her, in my opinion, one of the top defensive players in the league. And so, if not the top defensive player in the league, she is a shutdown defender and puts a lot of relentless pressure on the ball. And so when you have that, even though it doesn't show, but again, it's not. It'd be, you can say, well, she should have a lot of steals. There's a difference. There's a difference, and so you can put a lot of pressure on a quarterback and not get an interception or a fumble, and but that's what she's doing. She's putting a lot of pressure on their main ball handlers and doing a great job with that.
Harding obviously has a terrific tradition in women's basketball in Division II. Do you ever hold up other programs as a point of reference for where you want your program to be to your team?
Not at all, because that's again, we split with them last year. And so, my references were 500 against them. So that doesn't. So whatever they've done in the past is really insignificant to what we're doing as a team. In my opinion, we're our program's taken off in the last year and a half, and so with that, that's the part about going. We're starting to make our name. What other schools have done in the past is in the past.
And speaking of, Harding brings back pretty much everyone from last year, but obviously not the same team.
From a coach's perspective, is it difficult to kind of run it back with the same unit from a season ago?
It is, just because it's just a lot can happen. Just like our team, even though there's a couple players that we had lost, that graduated, and and it's like it's only two, but that's our team's really different right now than it was a year ago at this time, and I don't know if that's even for the better, but I just know right now that we're still there's little things that bring up differences within our program from last year. The same with other teams. It's like they return everybody, but for whatever reason they're not. I don't think they're playing the style of basketball that their program is used to playing. Speaking of the past, and so therefore I just. You've got to, it's the 40 minutes that are next that are most important, regardless of history, regardless of the week before, regardless of last time. If you've even played them the second time, this is the second time go around this year. It's just one of those things you look at and you go, hey, this is the upcoming 40 minutes, and this is what's required, and this is what we need to do. And all the other stuff is just, it's good to talk about. It's good. There's some things you can pinpoint, and there's some stats you can look over and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's like, hey, let's make sure our program is better than their program for the 40 minutes that are next.
Rebounding will be another key. You mentioned last week you classified it as average. Great rebounding performance against Tech. What's the difference for Harding? Do they do anything in specifics as far as rebounding goes?
Well, hopefully this doesn't sound hypocritical, but now I got to go back and go, now I will use that as a reference point because it is we just, less than 24 hours ago, we were, putting on a good rebounding show. And so that's the part of my one. Now it's they've proved it. So now you refer to that, not as in, hey, last year we did this, but it's very immediate. I'm just talking about we just did this, and this was so important to the outcome of the game, and it will be again on Saturday. And so I think it's just a relevant focus of what just transpired. And so now it's making sure that we duplicate that. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't by accident. When you go rebound, when you intentionally, like we had 14 offensive rebounds, they had 11. They're the number one rebounding team in conference. So we were adamant about going to get the ball. It just didn't show up in our hands. And so we just got to do the same thing on Saturday, this upcoming game.
Coach, thanks for your time and best of luck against the Bisons.
All right, Luke, thanks.
That's SNU head coach Trent May as the teams head to their bench. Reed, any final thoughts before we get rolling with this one?
Yeah, a big matchup I'd like to point out is Kelly Lampo from Harding, and she will likely be going against Abby Nihus, and I think that's going to be a great matchup to watch during the game. Kelly Lampo is their best post scorer, and as we know, Abby Nihus is the defending GAC Defensive Player of the Year. So I think that'll be an intriguing matchup as we start.
Teams heading their bench, and we'll have the national anthem and the starting lineups here in the next couple moments, and we will turn it over to the PA announcer for that and send you to commercial break. We'll be right back after this here on the SNU Video Network and Crossover Radio Sports. This is SNU Basketball. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. Starting lineups being introduced. We'll run through those for you real quick. First for the visiting Harding Bisons. First up, number 0, sophomore guard Jordan Elder from Joyner, Arkansas. Number 10, junior Kelly Lampo, forward from Jessieville, Arkansas. Senior guard Peyton Paget, she wears number 13 from Frisco, Texas. Number 14, junior guard Carissa Caples from Rosebud, Arkansas. And in the middle, number 42, junior forward Kennedy Cooper from Melbourne, Arkansas. For the Crimson Storm, same lineup we've seen all season long. Number 2, sophomore guard J.C. Soap from Stillwell, Oklahoma. Number 5, junior guard Alexis Jones from Burleson, Texas. Number 14, junior forward Abby Nehus from Mustang, Oklahoma. Number 20, sophomore guard Sonia Sarda from Spain. And number 22, Kennedy Gillette, junior guard from Edmond, Oklahoma. The Harding Bisons are coached by Tim Kirby in his 15th season in Searcy. And SNU coached by Trent May in his 2nd season at his alma mater. All set to go here. Reed right out of the gate. Again, Harding has struggled with consistency this season. When you've got a team that's struggling like that, what's kind of your go-to as the opponent of a team that's struggling with inconsistency?
Yeah, if you're Harding, you want to try and get great looks from the beginning to build some confidence. You don't want to come in here and miss some shots early on and then get yourself in a hole. So look for them to be active offensively and defensively.
Lampo and Nehus in the middle to jump this one up. And we're underway here in Bethany as Nehus wins the tip to Sarda. She'll set things up for the Crimson Storm. Jones, left wing, guarded by Caples as Harding comes out in a man-to-man. Gillette, right corner, checked by Cooper. She drives baseline, finds a cutting Alexis Jones. Pass a little bit low. Scramble for the basketball, and a jump ball is called. That'll be Harding basketball after the tie-up. So an early turnover for SNU. One game after only having 9 against Tech. Some full court pressure extended by SNU in the backcourt, but Caples breaks that no problem. Lob inside to Lampo. She's triple teamed. And a foul comes from out top. They're going to get Abby Nehus with the foul. First foul on Nehus. And the first team foul, 30 seconds into this one. And Kelly Lampo to the line for 2 free throws. Lampo knocks down the first one, shooting just 66.2% this season from the foul line. 13.9 points and 8.5 boards per game. Hits them both. And Harding with a 2-0 lead early. Gillette working against Kennedy Cooper. Now Sarda, right wing, drives all the way in. She's going to be fouled. It's going to go against Peyton Paget. Her first, Harding's first. So a foul apiece, 45 seconds into this one. Jones gets it into Sarda. And Soap up top will run the offense here. Sarda gets inside, kick out corner. Gillette pulls the trigger for 3. It's off the iron, no good. And Elder has the miss. Coming back the other way quickly along the near side. Swing across to Caples in front of the SNU bench. Lampo, top of the key. She'll pull the trigger for 3. It's short. Good box out there by Nehus on Cooper. And SNU coming back the other way with Sarda.
Lampo doesn't shoot a lot of threes. She's only shot, that was her 10th attempt of the year. So I think you'll give her that shot early on.
Jones around Cooper with the left hand, and she gets it to go off the glass. Alexis Jones, beautiful scoop layup there around Cooper. And we're knotted up at 2, 8:20 to go first quarter. Elder, guarded by Sarda. Now Gillette there with the double team. Caples fires it down low to Lampo. blocked out of bounds by by Nihus there. Sarda came on the double team. Be Harding basketball on the baseline. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 8:07 to go first quarter. Caples inbounding. Gets it into Paget. She'll fire up a three-pointer. It's off the mark, no good. And Sarda with the miss. J.C. Soap on the right wing. Checked by Elder. Nice little pick and pop with Gillette. She'll fire the three and knock it down from the right wing. Kennedy Gillette coming off her best field goal percentage game since November 23rd against East Central. She went 7 for 12 against Tech with 19 points. Paget all the way, driving kick back out to Elder left wing. She answers from in front of the SNU bench. So knotted up at 5, 2.5 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Elder 41.2% from three. One of the few Harding players that's having a good season from the field. It's been a struggle thus far for the Bisons. Pass nearly got away from Soap. She corrals it, goes around Elder, and scores with the left hand. Pressure continues in the backcourt. Paget works it across the timeline. Entry pass to Lampo, and she scores. Good position there for Lampo on Nihus, and back tied again at 7.
It's going to be a battle you're going to see all day, Lampo versus Nihus. We'll see who has the edge early on.
Jones in the corner, entry pass to Gillette. Now Jones knifing across the lane, and a foul. I believe they're going to get Carissa Caples here, and they will. The baseline out of bounds for SNU with a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Second foul on Harding, first on Caples. Sarda goes around Caples. Floater in the lane is short, and Paget snatches that rebound away from Nihus. Paget, cross-court skip pass to Caples. She'll fire up a three-pointer, and nothing but the bottom of the net. That's twice we've seen a wing-to-wing pass from Harding results in a three-pointer. It's 10-7 Bisons. Harding in a 2-3 zone here right now. Soap will try a deep three from the right wing. 10 answers. And we're knotted up at 10. Back and forth we go.
In case Harding doesn't know, I wouldn't leave her wide open from three.
Soap number 1 in three-point percentage in 7 conference games thus far, 48.8%. Cooper trying to answer. That's an air ball from the top of the key. The SNU basketball with 5:29 to go. Knotted up at 10. Both teams have knocked down 2 3-pointers. SNU 4 of 6 from the field. Harding 3 for 7. And a pair of free throws for Kelly Lampo. Abby Giles into the game for the first time. Freshman from right there in Searcy. As Paget takes a seat. Cooper is the one who took a seat. And Sonia Sarda getting inside for the bucket there. Puts SNU back on top by 2. Sonia Sarda swipes that one away off of Elder's leg, out of bounds. Beautiful job there by Sarda, the leading steals person on this SNU team with 27.
Look for SNU to try and make Harding uncomfortable, so after makes, they'll try and full court press to see if they can get some quick turnovers.
Harding back in a man-to-man, passes wide, ricochets around Gillette, manages to tap it around to Sarda. Nihus and Lampo on the deck. Sarda off the rim and glass and gets the floater to go. 14-10 SNU, 4:40 to go here in the first quarter. Paget, top of the key. Harding looks to get that entry pass into Lampo. They do. Lampo drives baseline on Nihus. Shut down. Good double team. Step through. Just kind of threw that one up. It's deflected out of bounds by Nihus. And that'll take us to our first timeout on the court. 4:21 to go first quarter. We got a good one here in Bethany. 14-10, SNU leading We'll be right back after this here on the SNU Radio Network and Video Network. Welcome back to Bethany. SNU with an early 14-10 lead over Harding. 4:21 to go here in the first quarter. Harding inbounding with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Giles slipped down. SNU bench wanted to travel. Still 5 on the shot clock. Caples, unaware, gets inside, finally forces up the shot. It's no good. Lampo, the offensive rebound, fires it back out. Left wing Caples' 3 is short. Paget tips the rebound over to Giles smartly. Really nice play there by Peyton Paget. 14-12. SNU leading. Harding, 16.5 offensive rebounds per game. Already with 4 here in the first quarter. Started at the left elbow. Mimi Garcia into the game for the first time. Pivoting, steps through, and gets it to go. Good patience there in the lane by Mimi Garcia. Her first bucket in several games. She's battling with Lampo now inside as Harding attempts to get it in. Pass stolen there by Sonia Sarda. And here come the Crimson Storm back the other way. Sarda split the defense and a foul. Going to be called on Harding. Let's see who they get here. It's going to be on Lampo. Oh, they are going to give it to Lampo. The official used 2 hands to signal the 0, so thought it was on Elder there for a second. And it is on Lampo, her first, team's third. Cheyenne Brown into the game for Lampo. Garcia pivoting through her and finishes with the left hand. Beautiful post move there by Mimi Garcia. And she's looking better after missing the game against Tech. And then picks up a foul there as Brown scooped around her for the layup attempt. So first foul on Garcia, second team foul on SNU. That'll send Cheyenne Brown to the line for 2 free throws. Brown, the senior from Ben Wheeler, Texas, leading the team in free throw percentage at 88.5%. She'll knock down the first, averaging 8.5 points per game and 4 rebounds per game. Had a double-double here last year, 14 points and 10 rebounds. Averaged nearly 14 points a game a year ago. Missed the second free throw, and Soap comes away with the rebound. So SNU leads 18-13. 2:45 to go first quarter. Harding back in that 2-3 zone. Sarda gets inside all the way to the bucket and lays it in. Sonia Sarda with a tremendous start. 3 for 4 from the field. Quickly back the other way is Giles and blocked out of bounds. Sarda got back after the layup. Made a tremendous defensive play. Knocked that out of bounds. Addison Foster coming in for SNU. She'll check in for Gillette.
Great sequence for Sarda. She's been on the attack early after making that bucket and then getting back, hustling, and knocking the ball out of bounds.
Paget with the right elbow. Gets back out. Harding looking to get it into Cheyenne Brown. Now Giles driving baseline. Floater over Soap is no good, and Garcia comes away with the board. Jones penetrating. Kick out. Foster in the corner. SNU swings it up top. JC Soap will try a deep three and knock it down. She was nearly standing on the sea of Crimson Storm. Timeout, Harding.
That was deep.
23-13. SNU, it's a 30-second timeout, and Reed JC Soap, one of the best three-point shooters in the conference, but she doesn't just do it at the line. She's always consistently 2 or 3 feet behind the line.
She was nearly on the logo of the C for Crimson, and if you're Harding's coach, you're not going to want to stand on the three-point line. You're going to want to be extended out there and not give her any clean looks because she's seeing a big hoop right now.
SNU 3 for 4 from three-point range to start. They're 10 of 12 from the field, getting whatever they want offensively. As Harding just 4 of 13 thus far. SNU already with 3 blocks and 5 assists on those 10 made baskets. So back to action here with 2:02 to go in the first quarter. Kelly Lampo back in for Cheyenne Brown. Paget working on Soap, directing traffic. Now Cooper up top trying to get it into Lampo, who's battling well with Garcia, and a 3-second call is going to go against the Bisons and Lampo in particular. Good work inside by Garcia there. Third turnover for the Bisons. Kylie Coulter also in the game right now for Harding. Soap around the Foster pick. Now started with it top of the key. Working on Caples and got it a little caught up on her thigh there, and that's going to be a carry. Second turnover for the Crimson Storm. Amanda Kearney into the game for Paget. Kearney, the junior from Branson, Missouri, struggling mightily this year. Averaged 8 points and 5 rebounds per game a year ago, but shooting just 21% and 13.8% from 3. Been a rough go so far for Kearney. Cooper passes wide of Lampo, but Caples tracks it down. Cooper in the corner, finds herself wide open. She'll fire up a 3 and knock it down. Addison Foster a little slow to close out there. That stops the 5-0 SNU run. It was a 16-3 run going back to 5 minutes ago. So 23-16 our scores. We're under a minute to go. And an offensive foul coming up inside. Going to be on Addison Foster. For an illegal screen down low, I believe. Sonia Sarda will take a quick break. Cassandra Awatt into the game for the first time, the freshman from Lubbock, Texas. Kearney shut off on the wing by Soap. Now swings it up top to Cooper. Caples will try a 3 from the top of the key and knock it down. Carissa Caples already 2 for 3 from three-point range. Came in shooting 34% for the season. Back-to-back three-pointers have the lead down to 4 at 23-19. Jones holding between the circles. Now Awatt on the right wing. Soap working on Coulter. Maintains the dribble. Now shut off on the block. Fires it into Garcia, who saves it to Awatt. Nope, she didn't. Stepped on the end line, and that'll be a turnover for SNU. So Harding will get the final shot of the period. SNU continues to extend a little bit of full court pressure. Kearney gets Soap to fly by, fires up a three-pointer at the buzzer that's wide, and that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Lots of offense here in the first period, and it ends with SNU in front, 23-19. We'll be back right after this with the start of the second quarter here on the SNU radio and video networks. We'll be right back. Start of the second quarter here in Bethany as we get set for Harding and SNU coming back out of the timeout. SNU 23-19. SNU shot 83% in that first quarter, 10 of 12 from the field. Harding 4 of 9 from three-point range, 4 turnovers for SNU, which Harding turned into 8 points. Harding able to really take advantage of the few miscues for SNU. Awatt coming off the screen there, working on Cooper. Now sends it back up top to Soap. Awatt with a nice dribble to get the angle on the pass to Garcia. And she goes up and is fouled by Kearney. The first foul on Amanda Kearney. First team foul. And Reed, a really nice job by Awatt, the freshman, with that extra dribble to get the angle for that pass.
Yeah, it was a great entry pass. Sometimes if the defender is maybe a little bit taller than you, you're going to have to go with the bounce pass, and she used the one dribble with the left hand to really set up this foul.
Garcia knocks down the first free throw. Just her 7th free throw attempt of the season. She's now 4 for 7 from the line. Missed the second one. Lampo has the miss. And the Crimson Storm lead 24-19. Sonia Sarda and Kennedy Gillette back into the game for J.C. Soap and Alexis Jones. Entry pass for Lampo. Garcia mistimed her jump. And then doubled down and committed the foul on the shot attempt by Lampo. That's going to be Garcia's second foul. And Nihus, who is already at the scorer's table, checks in for her. So productive 5 minutes for Garcia, 5 points and a rebound, but also 2 fouls. Lampo back at the line, her second trip. Knocks down the first free throw, and one more coming.
It looks like Harding wants to get the ball inside to Lampo, and if she's covered up, they're content with taking outside shots. They've made 4 threes so far, so look for that to continue.
Lampo 2 for 2 at the line. The lead is 3 for SNU, 24-21. 9:15 to go before halftime. Sarda between the circles. Foster working inside at the foul line. Shut off there. They swing it back around. Gillette drives baseline. They swing it back out. Sarda, crossover dribble all the way to the basket. Lays it in as she got past Kearney. 8 points for Sonia Sarda on 4 of 5 shooting. Sarda went 3 for 15 from the field on Thursday night, but did a lot of other good things. Cooper, offensive foul as Awatt stepped over and took the charge from the forearm shiver from Kennedy Cooper.
It's great positioning from the weak side. She was in help, and they threw the ball over the top, and she was right there to take the charge. So great positioning and great defense.
Peyton Paget back in for Kearney. So Caples, Lampo, Cooper, Elder, and Paget out there right now. Starting lineup for Harding. Awatt on the right wing. Works at the elbow. Shut off nicely there by Caples. Now Sarda with 7 on the shot clock. Crossover dribble. Gets inside. Tried to shovel it over to Nihus. Knocked out of bounds by Lampo with 2 on the shot clock. Looked like Sarda had the lane to go up with that, but opted to shovel it over to Nihus. So SNU with 3 on the shot clock, actually. Oh, and Sarda threw it off of Paget's back, but missed the layup on the inbounds.
What a crafty play. She just left it a little bit short, but you love to see it.
Caples travels on the other end. Oh, my goodness. If anyone would attempt to do that, it'd be Sonia Sarda. She's a flashy player. She's got great handles. Man, I wish that would have worked. Awatt, left wing, works away from the Nihus pick. Gillette hands off to Sarda. Double team comes, now goes away. Sarda keeps the dribble alive, floater across the lane, off the rim a couple times, and it drops. Sonia Sarda is looking for her shot, and it is falling early. 10 points here in the first half on 5 of 7 shooting. Lampo on the baseline. Gillette with the nice double there. Elder will fire a three-pointer. It's off the iron, no good. Paget, good positioning. And the offensive rebound goes off of Gillette. It'll be Harding basketball on the baseline with a fresh 20. Awatt checks out. Foster will check out as well as Jones and Soap back in for SNU. 7:31 to go first half. 28-21 our score. SNU with the lead. And a foul coming up on Kennedy Gillette. Her first, second team foul. Cooper gets the pass from Caples. Entry to Lampo. Skip pass over to Elder. She'll fire up a three-pointer quickly over Sarda. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Fifth three-pointer for Harding. Came in shooting just 30.7% from three-point range. They're 5 of 11 today. Jones behind the knee who's picked. Shut off by Lampo. Finds herself wide open, and she traveled. Picked up that pivot foot right before she passed off to Gillette. Don't think she was aware the free space she had behind her there in the lane. Fifth turnover for SNU in the first half. Cooper hands off to Caples. Paget thought about a deep three, instead fires it back over to Cooper. Caples, entry pass to Lampo, double team comes. Goes across the lane, looked like she traveled. Paget swiping at the offensive rebound. And now Lampo is down in pain. Audibly in pain, and we will step aside and take a quick break as trainers attend to Kelly Lampo down on the baseline. Welcome back. Kelly Lampo off the court, but walking very gingerly with the help of the Harding trainer and assistant coach Weston Jamison. Not putting any weight, hardly, on that right leg. You hate to see that. Lampo, one of the best post players in the conference. Harding already dealing with just inconsistencies and struggles throughout this season. Hate to see your number one player go down like that. Hard to tell from this angle, just a tangle of bodies going for that rebound. And it's SNU basketball. 6:35 to go first half. 28-24 our score. Soap behind the knee who's picked. She'll fire up a three. It's well off to the left. No good. And Brooke Bradley, who checked in for Lampo, has the miss. Bradley had 8 on Thursday night against Oklahoma Baptist. Elder will fire up another three and knock it down. And she throws up a shrug as she runs back down the court. Elder already 3 of 4 from deep. Soap steps around Elder off the glass, too strong. Cooper, good position. And then J.C. Soap commits a silly foul in the backcourt. It's her first, third team foul. So 28-27, under 6 minutes to go first half. Harding 6 of 12 from three-point range. SNU still shooting 70.6% from the field. They do have 5 turnovers, which Harding has turned into 8 points. Bradley got inside, left the layup attempt short. Good defense from Nehus and Gillette. Jones by herself in the front court, shut down quickly. Gillette inside all the way to the bucket, high off the glass with the left hand's no good. 2-on-2 break. Paget and Elder. Soap is back. Paget Euro steps around, tries to force it up, missed it, got her own rebound, steps around Soap and puts it in. Good work inside by Peyton Paget. And Harding back on top, 29-28. Their first lead since it was 10-7. Sarda fires it down low to Gillette. Fadeaway jumper is short. Rebound fought for and controlled by Cooper.
You've seen better defense from Harding over the stretch. SNU is not getting its easiest looks as they were in the beginning. They've really picked it up on that end.
Paget, left wing in front of the SNU bench. Sends Bradley away. Now Caples, top of the key, sends it over to Cooper. Cooper with 5 on the shot clock. She'll fire up a three-pointer over Nehus. That's an air ball. And Jones running the other way for SNU. Stops at the three-point line. Sarda skip pass to Soap. Goes by Caples, dribbled it off her foot. Tie up coming up here, and it's going to be Harding basketball. And that'll take us to a timeout on the court. 4:20 to go first half. Harding is on top, 29-28 in the midst of an 8-0 run. We'll be right back after this here on Crossover Radio and the SNU Video Network. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. Harding in the midst of an 8-0 run over the last 3.5 minutes. And that's put the Bisons back on top, 29-28. Jordan Elder has been a spark for the Bisons thus far. 3 of 4 from three-point range, 9 points. As Harding has knocked down 6 of 13 from deep and turned 6 SNU turnovers into 8 points. An opportunity to add to that here. Caples with the jumper from the left elbow. She knocks that one down and extends the lead to 3. Caples now with 8. Sarda gets inside behind the Gillette pick. Floater in the lane again. Off the rim a few times, but it falls. 12 points now for Sarda.
She's been aggressive, and she's been in attack mode, and they really can't stay in front of her, and she's done a nice job.
Cooper, entry pass to Bradley. Goes around Nehus and scores. Good move there from Bradley. Averaging just 3.5 points per game this season, but got 2 there. It's 33-30. The Bisons with the lead. Back in a 2-3 zone now as Julia Schwacke's into the game for the first time for SNU. Sarda, crossover on Caples. Ball's deflected, comes out to Schwacke. 15-foot jumper is good. Good confident stroke there from Julia Schwacke, junior from Sugar Land, Texas. Paget driving baseline on Schwacke, creates some space. Too strong with the layup. Nehus corrals the carom. Harding staying in the 2-3 zone. Sarda, step back three-pointer behind the Nehus pick, and she knocked it down, and SNU back on the high side. 35-33. Timeout. Harding will keep it here. As Sonia Sarda up to 15 points here in the first half on 7 of 9 shooting. Reed, she is doing it all for SNU offensively with 4 assists as well.
She's been on fire. They haven't found an answer for her defensively. She has 15 points and 4 assists. So she's really keeping SNU in this game right now.
Harding 6 of 13 from deep. Have you noticed anything that SNU is lacking as far as three-point defense? It seems like some of these are pretty well contested.
Yeah, Harding has come in shooting just about 31% from three, so you would think they'd be content with giving up contested threes, but Harding has knocked them down, so credit to them.
Crimson Storm at 50% from the quarter, and that's ironically dropping their shooting percentage like a rock. They went 10 for 12 in the first quarter, 83%. 5 of 10 here in the second quarter. Really one of the higher offensive games we've seen so far for the Crimson Storm in particular. Came in averaging 67.3 points per game this season. On pace for well above that. Harding 71.6 points per game this season. So it's been aesthetically pleasing, if you will, for the offensive-minded folks.
It has been. If you're SNU, you want to try to make things uncomfortable for Harding as they have a rhythm here. And hopefully, and there you go, right on cue.
Nihu shoots the passing lane on Bradley, and a nice lead pass to Jones, and she scores and is fouled. Foul's going to be on Carissa Caples, and a beautiful job by Nihu, number one, shooting the passing lane and then immediately turning around and finding Jones leaking out.
Let's see if that's a spark defensively for the Storm. You want to make Harding turn the ball over, and it leads to points on the offensive end.
Caples checks out. That's her second foul. Kearney back in the game. Jones leaves the free throw short, and Paget the miss. Kearney quickly in the front court. Skip pass over to Cooper, top of the key. Elder, now Kearney trying to drive baseline on Schwacke. Entry pass to Cooper. Cooper shuffled her feet. No call. It was a blatant travel. Official kind of nods at Trent May that he missed it and nods at a fan to acknowledge that he missed it as well. I believe that was athletic director Danny Thomason giving him an earful. Schwacke, right wing, gets into the left elbow and swings it back out to Gillette. Sarda in the corner, working on Paget. 9 on the shot clock. Sarda, fade away, off the glass, no good. Schwacke's there for the offensive rebound, no. Second effort is tipped out of bounds by Cooper over Schwacke. So SNU will get the basketball with 19 on the shot clock here. Jones inbounds to Sarda. 1:42 to go, first half. SNU leading 37-35. Sarda drives on Paget, shut off there by Cooper. Skip pass to Gillette in the corner for three. Yes! Count the three-pointer. We've got a foul underneath. It's going to go on Peyton Paget. I thought the official signaled 14. It was on Peyton Paget, so that's her second, fourth team foul. And SNU keeping the basketball here with a chance to get a 5 or 6 point possession, and it's Sarda off the inbounds pass, finishing with the left hand. 5-point possession for SNU. Long lead pass for Bradley. Oh, hit the underside of the rim with the left hand. SNU back the other way. Jones, 1-on-3, nearly lost it, and she'll get it back out. Corner Schwacke. Harding staying in that 2-3 zone here. Actually, it looks like they've gone back to man-to-man here. And been switching out of that constantly here in the first half. 7 on the shot clock as we're under a minute to play. Gillette, entry pass for Nihus, and a foul coming up on Cooper. It's going to be the 5th team foul on Harding, and that'll send Abby Nihus to the line for 2 shots. 56 seconds to go here in the first half. Second on Cooper, so now Cooper, Paget, and Caples all with 2 fouls for Harding. Just Mimi Garcia with 2 for SNU. Nihus in and out on the first free throw. Free throw line has been a struggle for Nihus this season, 46%. Well below her career averages. One more coming. She hits the second. And SNU leads by 8, 43-35. 52 seconds to go first half. It's a 12-2 run over the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds for SNU. Paget finds herself wide open in the corner, dumps it down to Bradley, who's wide open and lays it in for 2. A little bit of defensive breakdown there for SNU. Schwacke right wing in front of the Harding bench, goes away from the Gillette pick. Niehaus looking for Jones on the cut, unable to get it to her. Sarda cut off at the block, tried to shovel it over to Jones. And Jones trying to get the ball back. Stepped on the baseline. Sarda came up holding her right hand a little bit. Caples will check in for Kearney. 20 seconds to go. SNU leading 43-37. It's their 7th turnover of the first half. Officials going to the scores table to make sure everything's good there. SNU continues to extend a little bit of full court pressure. The inbound pass comes to Caples. She breaks the press, no problem. She'll hold between the circles for the final shot of the first half. Paget, right wing, fires it down low to Brown. Rejected by Niehaus, and that's how the first half is going to come to an end. Having Niehaus' terrific defense in the post. And that'll take us to halftime. SNU leading 43-37. The Crimson Storm shoot 66.7% in the first half. We'll take a break and be right back after this and come back with first half stats and analysis and get you ready for the second half of action. Again, our halftime score in Bethany, SNU 43, Harding 37. This is SNU basketball. Halftime here at the Sawyer Center. SNU leading Harding 43-37. Luke McConnell, Reed Roloffs here with you. And Reed, a very offensive-minded first half. SNU 66.7% from the field, rather. Teams combined for 11 3-point makes, 6 for Harding, 5 for SNU. And really just overall, it was a pleasant first half to watch both ways.
It was. If you love scoring, then this is definitely the game for you. Yeah, like you said, there's 11 3-pointers made, and teams are both shooting pretty well from the field. So pretty exciting first half.
Of course, one of the big storylines of the first half, Harding star Kelly Lampo going down with what looks to be a right knee injury in that first half. And Reed, before the injury, Harding was doing a nice job getting the ball inside to her and letting her work and affect the game that way. But SNU able to kind of gain a little bit more of control after she went out and once Harding's adjustments were figured out.
Yeah, you hate to see anybody go down due to injury, but sometimes that's just how it happens, and SNU went on a run because of it, and we'll see what Harding does in the second half. I'm not sure if she's going to be coming back to play, but if she doesn't, then we'll see what kind of offensive approach they have in the second half.
Running through the first half stats for you again, SNU 66.7% from the field, 5 of 7 from 3, just 2 of 5 from the foul line. They had 9 assists on the 18 made baskets, 5 of those coming from Sonia Sarda, who was tremendous in the first half. We'll get to her in just a moment. On the other side, Harding 42% shooting from the field. They were 6 of 13 from deep, 5 of 6 from the foul line. Harding a 15-14 edge on the glass and 6-2 in offensive rebounds, but just 4 second chance points for the Bisons. So a good job by SNU controlling that, and SNU controlling the paint 22-12. Points off turnovers, Harding with 10 off of SNU 7, and SNU with 8 off of Harding 6, so pretty equal there. Fast break points, SNU with a pair of points there and 0 for Harding. Individually, again, Sonia Sarda 17 points on 8 of 11 shooting. Reed, she was 3 of 15 from the field. She's also got 5 assists, so not only is she looking for her shot, but she's also doing a perfect job of setting everyone else up as well.
Yeah, she's been dominant offensively. They can't seem to stay in front of her, and she's been in attack mode all day long, and she's finishing at a high rate too, as well as getting her teammates involved. So she's had a pretty perfect offensive half.
JC Soap, 8 points, already has 2 3-pointers as well. Kenny Gillette with 6 points, Alexis Jones 4 points. Mimi Garcia in her first action in a couple games came off the bench and scored 5 quick ones before sitting the rest of the first half with 2 fouls. Julia Schwacke hit a jump shot as well off the bench. She's got 2. Abby Nehus 1 point, but she's done some great work inside. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks. And Reed, she's got her work cut out for her one game after, she had a huge task ahead of her with the posts that Arkansas Tech threw at SNU. And once again, Harding, plenty of posts to go around, and Abby has held her own there inside.
She's really good defensively, and I think the thing that sticks out the most is her ability to not only block shots, but disrupt shots without fouling, and that is a major advantage for Southern Nazarene.
Individually for Harding, Jordan Elder, 9 points. She's 3 for 4 from 3-point range. 8 points for Carissa Caples. 6 points for Lampo before she went down with that injury. Peyton Paget, 2 points, but also has 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Just doing a little bit of everything for the Bisons. Kennedy Cooper, 5 points. 4 points for Brooke Bradley off the bench. A single point for Cheyenne Brown. And 2 points for Abby Giles for the Bisons. Second half of our doubleheader will be coming up here at the conclusion of the women's game. And to get you set for that, we'll go ahead and hear from SNU head coach Adam Beau and get his thoughts on his team's game against the Bisons this afternoon.
Joined now by SNU head coach Adam Beau discussing this afternoon's game against the Harding Bisons. And coach, including Tech on Thursday night, you've held 6 opponents under 40% shooting this year. How would you assess your defense through 15 games?
Yeah, it's kind of been up and down, Luke. Those 6 that you mentioned, it's been really good, I guess, on those nights. But, still searching for some consistency and having that being something we can count on, night in, night out.
It appears Ashton, seeing those three-pointers start to fall consistently, has made him more aggressive in other factors of his game. Would you say that that's a pretty accurate statement?
Yeah, we're always encouraging Ashton to be more aggressive and to do it on the backboards and to do it defensively and do it running the court in transition and obviously want him down and ready and to shoot as many of those open in-rhythm threes as he can get.
You always get everybody's best shot as the defending champ, but now back-to-back years, how have you thought your guys have handled that this season in particular?
Yeah, I think every team tries to win every game, so I think that's a little bit overrated, getting everybody's best shot. I mean, we certainly want to give everybody our best shot, and, it's just trying to get them to understand, especially the young ones, that every day's a new day. Every game is a new game, and that good, bad, whatever you did the day before, the game before, it doesn't matter. You have to re-earn it, every day and each possession. And, I think we're growing in that, but as we move forward here, it'll become evident if we are or not.
You mentioned on Thursday Harding's a real tough physical team. How important is it to be able to adapt to the different styles that you see in the conference?
Yeah, they start or have so far this year with kind of two more traditional posts. Both guys can handle the ball and do some different things, but they score the ball, those two kids, with their back to the basket and near the goal. And so that's different than a lot of other teams in the league. And so, again, each night is different, and that'll be the challenge today.
You put a big emphasis on efficiency on both ends of the court. Where do you want to be more efficient right now?
Yeah, I think we're growing in that area. I think one way to become more efficient, Luke, is we haven't been very good on the offensive glass. And so our offensive efficiency numbers are okay, but boy, we leave a lot out there where we just don't compete after we miss a shot, and I think we could steal a few more possessions there and have a chance to kind of tip the scales our way in terms of the possession game, and that would help us become more efficient.
It seems like you've gotten a little bit more consistent on the free throw line of late. Has that been a message, being more aggressive, getting to the basket?
Yeah, I think the guys have done good, since we've gotten back here through these first three games of getting fouled. We didn't cash in Thursday night like we'd like to in terms of making them. But we've been there, I think, close to 20 times a game since we got back from Christmas. And so that's good. Now we got to do that without whacking them and fouling them, on the other end. So it's not a wash. You want to have an advantage there. And but we have been pleased with getting the line a little bit more here since we got back from Christmas.
Coach, thanks for your time, and best of luck this afternoon.
Awesome. Thanks, Luke.
It's SNU head coach Adam Beau getting us set for second half of our doubleheader coming up at the conclusion of the women's game here at Sawyer Center. Running around the scoreboard for the Great American Conference, 5:21 to go third quarter. Ouachita and Northwestern tied at 43. Terrific game up there in Alva. Over in Bethany, it's Arkansas Tech 45, Oklahoma Baptist 23. 8:30 to go there in the third quarter. Just started the second half, Southwestern 38-34 over Henderson State. Terrific game down the road in Weatherford. Down in Durant, it's Southeastern 44, Southern Arkansas 38, 8:57 to go third quarter. And just into the third quarter, it's a defensive slugfest in Ada, 23-22, the Tigers over the Cotton Blossoms of Monticello. Again, coming into today, Southeastern alone atop the standings at 6-1. SNU, Southwestern, and Henderson State there at 5-2, followed by a four-way tie with Southern Arkansas, Monticello, Tech, and Harding at 4-3. Reed, as we get going here in the second half, what does SNU need to continue doing? After all, as well as they shot, it's still just a 6-point game.
Yeah, they've been in attack mode in the first half. And I'll be curious to see if Harding can keep up their hot shooting. And if not, then I could see SNU running away with this one.
JC Soap wide open, top of the key, long with the three-pointer. Kennedy Gillette crashes the offensive glass, but lost it. And Peyton Paget comes away with it for Harding. Gillette had it in her grasp, but unable to put two hands on it. Paget pivoting. Nearly a 5-second call. Brooke Bradley starts the second half for Lampo. Paget wide open for three, off the back iron, no good. Alexis Jones controlling and brings it into the front court for the Crimson Storm. Jones a somewhat quiet first half, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Sarda gives to Soap on the give and go, working on Elder. Pass deflected by Bradley, but Gillette tracks it down. Jones with 7 on the shot clock. Backs up, sends it back out. Gillette, she'll fire up a three-pointer. It's off the front of the iron, no good. Sarda crashes for the rebound, hits the deck. Nehus down 2. 3-on-2 break for Harding. Elder, good contest by Soap. Looked like a missed travel there. Cooper is caught in the lane for 3 seconds. That's going to be a turnover for Harding.
You could see the SNU bench was all standing one on a travel, but they're going to get the 3-second call anyway, so they'll get the ball back.
Tim Kirby not in agreement with the 3-second call, but the missed turnovers perhaps offset. It's SNU basketball here. Driving baseline around Bradley. Bradley rejects the shot from behind, and Paget back the other way very quickly. Leaves it for Cooper, top of the key. Now Paget controlling in front of the Harding bench. Bradley, she'll fire up a three-pointer. No good off the back iron. And Jones again coming the other way. Caples knocked it away, but Jones recovers. And now a foul coming on Kennedy Cooper. And she kind of walked into that one, unfortunately, for her. Third foul on Cooper. Bradley will check out as Amanda Kearney into the game. Cheyenne Brown will check in for Cooper. So SNU inbounding in front of their bench. 8:08 to go, third quarter. 43-37 our score. A little bit hectic start to the quarter. Teams combined at 0 for 5 from the field. Jones working on Paget across the lane. Pivot. Leaves it up with the right hand, and it dies on the back iron and falls through. Alexis Jones' third field goal of the game gives her 6, and the lead back to 8 for SNU. Paget given a wide berth by Soap. Caples, same way by Jones. Paget holding just outside the S and Storm. Kearney, entry pass comes to Cheyenne Brown. Fadeaway jumper over Nehus is good. Brown's first field goal of the game gives her 3. 6-point game again, 45-39. 7:15 to go, third quarter. Sarda now with Paget on her, finds Nehus inside, and she's going to be fouled. Good job by Nehus coming across a lot of clutter there in the lane. Good look from Sarda. And Nehus will go to the line for the second time today. Just a single point from Nehus, but Reed, like we said at halftime, she's been battling inside and has been doing so for 2 straight games.
Yeah, she's done her work down there, and it really makes anything inside the paint for Harding hard, and she makes it way more difficult to get easy looks, and it's a really strong presence for her.
Nehus left the first free throw short. Perfect on the second free throw. So she's split her 2 trips to the line, 2 for 4 today. Has 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks. Kearney looking for help. Finds it in Elder. Paget trying to get it into Brown. Nehus tips the pass away and taken by Jones. Jones all the way to the basket with the left hand, blocked by Caples. Quick lead pass to Elder, and Sarda with the steal there. 4-on-3 break. Sarda looking for help. Tried to leave it behind for Nehus, and a turnover for SNU. As Brown, trailing the play, came away with that one. Kearney in front of the Harding bench. Drives baseline on Gillette. Good job by Gillette shutting that down. Good block by Gillette, and then she tips the rebound to Nehus. Soap. Euro steps around Paget. Scoop shot to the basket is good. Good job by Soap. Harding quickly back the other way. Kearney pivoting on Gillette, and she scores on the spin move.
It's been a frenetic pace to start the second half as both teams are looking to run it a little bit more.
Jones to Nehus at the left elbow. So take Brown down to the block. Give it back to Sarda. Give and go with Nehus, and she lays it in. Good roll from Abby Nehus, and a nice job by Sarda with the find. The Crimson Storm back up 9, 50-41. Caples from the right elbow. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Caples has been on fire today. Now 4 of 6 from the field. She's in double figures now with 10. Kelly Lampo on the bench for Harding with her right knee in ice. Certainly not coming back in this game. You hope it's nothing serious for the Bisons for the rest of the season. Soap all the way to the bucket. Left-hand layup is good. Harding offering little to no resistance on those curls from the Crimson Storm. They've been getting those all afternoon. Reaching foul on Sarda will take us to a timeout on the court. It's going to be the first on Sarda and the first on SNU. 4:50 to go here in the first half. Or excuse me, in the third quarter. SNU 52-43 over the Bisons. We'll be right back after this here on the SNU Radio Network. SNU extending their halftime lead of 6 out to 9, 52-43. 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. Sonia Sarda, 17 points and 6 assists. JC Soap into double figures now for SNU with 12. Doing some work inside as well, Reed. It's something she's certainly capable of, but throughout the season she's been a little bit more content to stay on the perimeter, but getting inside today.
Yeah, in the first half, she's shown her ability to shoot deep threes and make them. So Harding was maybe look to extend their range outside, but now in the second half, she's had a couple easy buckets inside. So a great start for her.
Addison Foster and Miriam Garcia into the game for SNU as Nehus and Gillette check out. Brooke Bradley's back in for Harding. Bradley tries to go through Garcia, missed the shot. Not sure if Garcia got a piece of that or not. Sarda, quick lead pass up to Soap. Goes around Kearney, scoops underneath her, no good. Rebound tipped by Garcia. She was standing on the end line. Good hustle there by Garcia to get the offensive glass, but unable to stay in bounds. Abby Giles in for Harding, along with Elder, Kearney, Caples, and Bradley. Kearney, top of the key. Now leaves it to Caples, standing on the Crimson Storm logo. Bradley, left wing for 3. That's an air ball over the rim. Giles tried to save it in bounds, unable to do so. And SNU will take over with 4:12 to go here in the third quarter. Full court pressure extended by the Bisons. Quickly broken by the Storm. And a beautiful display of passing. Jones inside. Layup is good.
It's exactly how you want to attack the press. They were they showed poise and they made good passes and they got a free, easy layup.
Bradley is blocked but fouled by Garcia. It's going to be her third foul. That'll send Bradley to the line for 2 free throws. Kennedy Cooper checking in for Jordan Elder as Harding goes a little bit big here. Bradley knocks down the first free throw. Bradley 72.7% at the charity stripe coming into today's game. One more coming, and she knocks that one down as well. 54-46 our score, SNU leading. Jones into the front court. It's SNU again doing a nice job breaking the press, keeping the ball off the ground. Sarda looking for the roller. She's got Garcia. Giles comes across and strips Garcia and finds Caples from the floor. Caples back to Giles as she brings it into the front court. Bradley a little bit wide of Caples on the pass as Caples was cutting toward the basket. It goes out of bounds. 10th turnover of the game for Harding. Peyton Paget back in for Bradley after a quick breather. Sarda, cross-court pass to Soap, and now it's a 3-on-1 break. Soap, nice bounce pass to Garcia, and she goes in and lays it in with the left hand. Nice job by Soap, forcing Cooper to commit to her. Kearney spinning on Soap. Wild shot's no good, but they're going to get a foul on JC there. It'll be the second foul on Soap. It'll send Kearney to the line for 2 free throws.
I'll be curious to see how much longer Harding is going to continue to press. SNU has broken easily all 3 times and has given up 2 buckets as a result.
Kearney knocks down the first free throw. The foul line has been the good place for Kearney. 77% this season. Misses the second, though. And Jones, again, a long lead pass for Soap. Pivoting in the lane. It's going to be fouled by Cooper as she reached across, trying to get the block. It's going to be the 4th foul on Kennedy Cooper. Third team foul on the Bisons. And Kylie Coulter will check in for Cooper. JC Soap at the line for 2 free throws. 72.2% this season. Knocks down the first. Soap's got 5 straight double-figure games, shooting 45% from the field and 44% from 3 in that time, averaging nearly 15 per game. Her 5 assists on Thursday against Tech were a career high. She's got 3 today. The obvious next step in her game, continuing to see the floor and do a good job there. Harding going pretty small right now, as Coulter and Kearney, the tallest players out there, 5'8" and 5'11". Excuse me, Paget out there at 5'11". Giles nearly had the steal from behind on Jones. SNU maintaining possession, 15 on the shot clock, 2:15 on the game clock. 58-46 the score. Garcia on the block. Pivots across the lane. Wild shots, very strong with the left hand. Caples will bring it across. Kearney left wing against Sarda. Now Coulter. Swing it around. Paget thought about the 3. Instead, will step back behind the 3 and miss it badly. Jones corralling the carom there. She'll walk it up against no press. 1:40 to go, third quarter. Sarda behind the Foster pick. Mismatch inside. Good entry pass from Jones, but a nice job by Paget coming across to deflect it away. Lead pass too long for Kearney, and Foster with a nice job shielding Kearney from tracking that one down, and it goes out of bounds off the Bisons. Kenny Gillette in for Soap. Cassandra Awatt will give Alexis Jones a breather. So Awatt, Garcia, Gillette, Foster, and Sarda in there right now for SNU as we wind down the third quarter. 1:20 to play. SNU still 61.5% from the field. Pass a little bit dangerous there for Garcia. knocked out of bounds by Coulter. SNU did get it across the timeline okay. 24 on the shot clock as Sarda controls between the circles. Foster double teamed along the sideline. Finds Sarda, spinning, triple teamed, and a timeout called by head coach Trent May, which was fortunate.
It was looking like a chaotic possession there. Good timeout from Coach May.
So it'll be a full timeout, so we'll take that as well. 1:03 to go third quarter. 58-46 our score. SNU leads. This is SNU basketball. Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. 1:03 to go, third quarter. SNU leading by 12, 58-46. Our score is SNU fortunate to get that timeout there. And Sonia Sarda in a little bit of trouble. 11 seconds on the shot clock as Foster will inbound in front of the SNU bench. Sarda doubled, and it's poked out of her hands by Padgett. Padgett just 2 points today, but has done all the little things, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Foster gets it into Garcia, and this time it's Elder nearly poking it away. Foster traveled, took some steps before putting the ball on the floor, and that'll be the 11th turnover for the Crimson Storm. So we're under a minute to play. And SNU leading by 12 has maintained their distance here in the third quarter. Still 50% for the quarter. 3 of 10 from the field are the Bisons, along with 5 turnovers here in the third quarter. Elder drives past Sarda all the way to the bucket. Scoop layup is too strong, and Awat has the rebound for the Crimson Storm. Sarda one-on-one with Giles at half court. Gets around her. Crosses over on Padgett. Leaves it off for Garcia, and she knocks down the short jumper. Beautiful look from Sonia Sarda. Thought she might go for the floater again, but found a wide-open Garcia, and Garcia's got 7 off the bench for SNU.
Sarda dribbled through 3 defenders and found an open Garcia, who made a nice little jump stop.
Elder with Sarda right in her grill. Fires up a wild one from the foul line. It's off, no good. Awad has the miss, and that's how the third quarter is going to come to a close. SNU able to extend their halftime lead and go into the final period up 14 over Harding, 60-46. Our score here in Bethany. We'll take a timeout and come back with the start of the final stanza right after this here on Crossover Radio Sports and the SNU Video Network. Fourth quarter time here in Bethany. Harding starting with the basketball. SNU leading 60-46. They're shooting 62.5% from the field. Coulter, right wing for three. She knocked it down. First three-pointer of the second half for the Bisons, and they'll extend that full-court press. Jones, lob up ahead to Awat. Turns, pivots, finds Foster. She drives baseline. Shut off there. Now finds Garcia. Finds the cutting Gillette, who tripped over the foot of Giles and lost the basketball. Giles the other way. Goes into Awat, sends it back out to Paget. Finds a wide-open Caples left wing for three. It's good. Back-to-back three-pointers for the Bisons, and just like that, it's an 8-point game at 60-52.
After going the whole third quarter without making a three, Harding has come back to make back-to-back threes in the fourth quarter. I think if they're going to make a chance to bring this game closer, they're going to need to make a few more.
Awat wide open in front of the SNU bench, and she responds. A huge three-pointer from the freshman. Her first three-pointer since November against Central Oklahoma. And that pushes the SNU lead back to 11. Big response there by the freshman Awat. Paget hands off to Caples, step inside the three-point line, and knock down another one. Carissa Caples now with 15 points. She leads all Bison's players. Lead pass to Foster, hand off to Awat. She'll get it across the timeline. As you said, Reed, SNU's done a tremendous job handling the full-court press. Foster right wing, sends it over to Awat. Now at the foul line to Gillette. Pivoting, 8 on the shot clock. Gillette, left elbow, wide open jumper is short. And over the back, going on Miriam Garcia. Oh no, they're calling that on Harding. And Harding coach Tim Kirby is, in my personal opinion and basketball opinion, rightfully upset. Garcia went over the back of Coulter and reached over her trying to tip that rebound, and the foul went on Coulter for clearing her out on the box out. Wow. So SNU maintaining possession here as Nihu, Soap, and Sarda are back in for the Crimson Storm out of the dead ball. Soap working on Paget. Gillette. The elbow, finds Soap. She'll fire up the three and knock it down. JC Soap, 17 points. And SNU back up by 12 with 7:40 to play.
It's a big answer from Soap. Harding played about 20 seconds of great defense, but the last 10, Soap got an open look and knocked it down.
Caples controlling up top, guarded by Jones. She goes right. Gets it to Elder in the corner. She'll fire up a three in front of the Harding bench. It's no good. Rebound fought forward, tipped around, and Nehus has it. She hands off to Jones. Long lead pass up ahead to Gillette. No numbers for her. She'll back it out. Cross-court skip pass to Sarda. Now she skips it over to Soap in the corner for another one off the back iron. No good. Good look there from the sophomore. Elder to the running Coulter, and she never put it down on the floor. That's a travel. Turnover for the Bisons, their 12th. SNU with 12 turnovers today. SNU patiently working the ball up against this Harding press. Good run by Soap. She'll dribble down to the corner and then bring it back up top. 15 on the shot clock as SNU goes to work here. Jones top of the key. Now Gillette. They're swinging around. Sarda, left wing for three. She's got it. And that's a new career high for Sonia Sarda. Long lead pass up ahead for Coulter is tipped away by Sarda. It'll be Harding basketball, but a nice job by Sarda preventing the fast break opportunity. So Sonia Sarda, a new career high with 20 points.
She's picked up right where she left off in the first half. She's a great game offensively and really been a huge spark for SNU.
Caples dusting off the shoes before she inbounds to Coulter. Elder drives by Sarda to the right elbow. Pull-up jumper is good. Nice jump shot there from Elder. Her first points since the second quarter. She knocked down 3 3-pointers in the first half. Sarda, 3-on-3 now. It's Harding gets back. So look away around Caples. Missed the shot. Nihu's offensive rebound. Left it short. The foul going on Kennedy Cooper. That's going to be number 5 on Kennedy Cooper. We'll send Abby Nihus back to the line for 2 free throws. Kennedy Cooper fouling out with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists this afternoon. Junior from Melbourne, Arkansas. Had 12 points and 8 rebounds Thursday against OBU. Amanda Kearney checking in. Cheyenne Brown also into the game now for the Bisons as Coulter will take a seat with Cooper. Nihus knocks down the first free throw. One more coming as SNU at the 70-point mark here with 6:01 to go. And she knocks down both. Abby Nihus 4 of 6 from the line today. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 3 blocks for the junior from Mustang. Elder lets Sarda fly by, fires up a 3-pointer. It's long off the side of the iron. Jones lets it go out of bounds. And SNU will inbound, leading by 15, 71-56, 5:44 to go. Harding took a 29-28 lead and led by as many as 3 in that stretch at 33-30. That pass thrown away by Sarda, not high enough as Paget picked it off. She goes all the way to the basket, lays it up, unable to spin home. Brown fights for the rebound and has it. Elder, step back 3-pointer over Gillette is good. Jordan Elder now with 14 points, and the lead is 12. Sarda has that pass tipped by Caples into the scorer's table. Good hands by our grad assistant, KJ Reed, down there, saving all the equipment, which I was unable to do at Henderson last week.
You want to see SNU slow it down a little bit. Harding wants them to play fast and possibly turn it over. SNU has a 12-point lead with about 5 minutes left, so you want to see him slow it down and milk the clock out a little bit.
Double team comes. Sarda drives baseline all the way to the bucket. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Abby Nihus, creating space on Cheyenne Brown. Foul on Nihus is her second. So Elder with it up top. SNU leading by 12. Under 5 minutes to play. Caples will fire up a 3-pointer. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Carissa Caples with 18 now. That's her 4th 3-pointer in 5 attempts. And it's a 9-point game. Sarda dribbling through everyone. And a timeout called by Trent May. And that'll take us to a timeout on the court as well. 4.5 minutes to go here at the Sawyer Center. SNU leading by 9, 71-62. We'll be right back after this here on the SNU Radio Network. Four and a half minutes to go here in Bethany. SNU leading by 9, 71-62. Back-to-back 3-pointers from Jordan Elder and Carissa Caples have cut into the lead for the Crimson Storm. Still a lot of basketball to play here, and Harding more than capable of completing this comeback. Jones, triple team, goes to the floor, tie up It's going to keep the ball here with SNU. 11 on the shot clock. Read this Harding defense starting to swarm a little bit, and SNU handling it all right for the most part. Jones gets it into Sarda. 7 on the shot clock as she's shut off in the middle of the lane. Steps around, long off the iron, no good. Rebound fought for. Jones has it, up and no good. Rebound still fought for. Bodies all over the floor. Nehu's not sure who got it. I think they called a kick on Cheyenne Brown, so it'll be SNU basketball here. So a fresh 20 on the shot clock for SNU, 4:05 on the game clock. Wild scramble for that offensive rebound. Jones hands it off to Sarda. She'll bring it up top. Sends it over to Soap on the right wing. Soap trying to get an entry pass to Nehus, unable to do so. Sarda wide open in the corner. 4-3, it's off no good, and Paget has the rebound. Worst case scenario for SNU, they burn 40 seconds off the clock. Paget drive and kick. Elder step back three-pointer over Sarda. Oh my goodness! Jordan Elder with an incredible three-point make there. And the lead down to 6 with 3.5 minutes to play. And then Paget shot the passing lane, tipped the play away, but Jones came up with it. And then a foul on Paget as she went through Jones. Third team foul on Harding.
You're going to want to get a hand up on Elder and Caples. Those are the two that are killing you from deep. So watch for them on the perimeter.
They're combined 8 of 12 from three-point range today. Sarda, top of the key, wide open, and she answers. Sonia Sarda. Tremendous game from her today. Career high 23 points, also 7 assists. And SNU back up by 9 with 3 minutes to play. Entry pass to Cheyenne Brown, working on Nehus, pivots. Good left-hand shot off the glass is good. Harding continuing to press. Sarda with the low dribble, gets around Elder. SNU breaking that, no trouble, and they'll run some clock here. 2:45 to play. Gillette at the elbow, gets it back up top to Soap. Now Jones. Soap, entry pass to Gillette again at the elbow. Harassed. Sarda with 4. Blocked by Kearney. Loose ball. Sarda has it. Got it back.
They reset the shot clock. Now they're going to...
They reset the shot clock. I don't know. Nobody ever had possession for Harding, so it's probably going... It should be Harding basketball here. They'll probably reset the time as well to make sure that the clock is correct. Right now it's at 2:23, so they'll probably put 2 or 3 seconds back on that. It should be Harding basketball as Kearney blocked Sarda with about 2 on the shot clock, and then it was reset. Don't think there was any possession there for Harding. So 7-point game either way. And Reed Harding 8 of 11 here in the fourth quarter. 5 of 7 from three-point range.
Yeah, they've got hot a little bit. If you're SNU, you don't want to give up the 3-ball. You don't really want to give up anything easy. You just want to have good offensive series and play solid defensively and counter your defense to bring home the win.
SNU 4 of 6 from three-point range themselves, but 4 of 11 from the field. By far their worst quarter. And it is going to be a shot clock violation, which was the correct ruling. They did put 5 seconds back on the clock, so 2:28 to play. SNU extending some full court pressure of their own, just forcing Harding to burn as much time as possible. So it should be tight coming down the stretch here at Sawyer. Caples will bring it up against Jones. It was tight here in Bethany a year ago, considerably less high scoring. Brown. Soap denies the pass to Kearney. Paget with it, right wing. Fakes on Gillette. Soap nearly shot that one. Kearney with a free lane to the basket. Blocked by Nehus, but a foul. Nehus unable to get vertical fast enough. That'll send Amanda Kearney to the line for 2 free throws. Kearney 1 for 2 at the line today. 3 points, 3 assists. First free throw's good. One more coming. That foul on Nehus, her third. Second team foul, in and out, no good on the free throw. Jones has it quickly up ahead to Soap, and SNU breaks the press, no problem. Jones will hold between the circles. We're under 2 minutes to play. SNU leading by 6, 74-68. Sarda double teamed, swings it across. Soap will fire up a three-pointer. It's long, but Kennedy Gillette tracks down the offensive rebound, and SNU can burn some clock. 1:30 to play, 15 on the shot clock. Gillette doubled, finds Soap. Jones in the corner to Sarda, and she traveled. Looked like she almost slipped before she started her drive there. And that's a turnover for SNU.
Big offensive rebound by Gillette to carve out another 15 to 20 seconds.
So 1:21 to play. SNU leading by 6, 74-68. Elder guarded closely by Sarda. Paget now right wing. Fake the handoff, gets inside of Gillette. And a bump from behind on Gillette will send Peyton Paget to the line with 1:08 to play. Paget's first free throw trip today. She's just a 51.9% free throw shooter. 14 of 27 this season. Left the first one short. The lead remains 6 for SNU. SNU's led by as many as 15 here in the fourth quarter. Second free throw is no good. Gillette and Kearney battling for the rebound. And the foul is going to go on Gillette. Looked like they had equal grabs from this angle. Fourth team foul, so it'll be a fresh possession for Harding with 1:07 to play. Caples dumps it side to Brown, who had good position on Nehus and a great lead pass. Harding doesn't need to foul here with 54 seconds. Soap breaks the press, no problem. We'll see if SNU can play adequate keep away here. Sarda in front of the SNU bench. Now gives it up to Soap. Double teams coming all over the place. Gillette at the elbow and a foul coming on Peyton Paget. They did have a foul to give, but that will reset the shot clock to 20. So an extra 9 seconds SNU can run off the clock here. And Jones is fouled by Kearney, so Alexis Jones will go to the line for 2 free throws. Kearney's second foul. Jones 8 points today to go along with 8 rebounds. He's averaging 8.3 per game. 8.5, which is 4th in the conference. Knocks down her first free throw. One more coming for the junior from Burleson. Had her 4th double-double of the season against Tech on Thursday night. In and out on the second one. Paget has the miss. 5-point game, 75-70. Paget is tied up by Gillette. It'll stay here with Harding with 31.2 seconds left. Almost a risky play there by Gillette, kind of reaching over, but nice job there. And SNU can reset their defense here.
You don't want to foul if you're SNU. You want to make Harding earn it.
Kearney behind the Caples pick. Paget looking at the clock. Drive, spins on Gillette, all the way to the bucket. Too strong, and Soap has the miss. Gives it up to Sarda and a foul. And Sonia Sarda going to the line for 2 free throws. Sonia Sarda just 1 for 6 from the foul line this season, has not even attempted a free throw the last 5 games. And her only make this season came in the second game of the season against UCO back on November 16th. She's long with the first. One more coming. Very important one here for Sarda. And she knocks it down. 6-point game, 20.3 seconds. Caples quickly into the front court. Harassed by Jones. She goes all the way to the bucket. Left the layup short. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Padgett. It'll be SNU basketball with a 6-point lead and 11.8 seconds. Timeout from Trent May. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Reed, SNU's done a nice job weathering the Harding press and the Harding run. Overall, SNU led by 15, 71-56 with 5:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. So total it up, it's a 14-5 run by Harding. They got as close as 5, but just unable to get over the hump as SNU's clamped down when they needed to.
Yeah, they have, and they've eliminated a little bit of the three-point shot. They've made Harding attack and earn it inside, and they've done a good job of not fouling.
Kennedy Gillette will be the inbounder. SNU running the circles here. She gets it into J.C. Soap, and she's fouled by Padgett. And that'll be number 5 on Peyton Padgett, who's had a tremendous game, a double-double for Peyton Padgett, and she had 2 points. 10 rebounds, 10 assists for Peyton Padgett. What a line. 1 of 8 from the field, but man, she was all over the place and did a tremendous job for Harding this afternoon. J.C. Soap knocks down the first to make it a 3-possession game. And 1 more coming for the sophomore. She knocks down both. 78-70 our score with 10.8 seconds to go. Harding will call timeout to advance the basketball. And Reed, SNU, has been known defensively, not their best defensive game numbers-wise, but flexing their muscle a little bit on the offensive end today.
Yeah, they have. They've had 2 huge performances from Sarda and Soap. And defensively, they've done just enough to really pull ahead. And you like the way they closed in the fourth quarter. They had a big third quarter lead, and despite Harding going on a run to start the fourth, they've really made things tough these last couple of minutes to stay ahead.
So SNU looking to move to 6-2 in conference play, 9-3 overall. Barring a 10-second miracle, Harding's going to drop to 7-7 overall, 4-4 in conference play. And for Harding's sake, you hope the knee injury to Kelly Lampo, as Gillette tips that inbounds pass out of bounds. You hope the knee injury to Lampo is nothing serious and that she only misses a very short time. Brown backing down Nehus, pivots around, is bumped and fouled. That'll send Cheyenne Brown to the line. That's her 4th foul on Nehus. 7.8 seconds to go. Knocks down the first, and 1 more coming. See if Harding fouls after this or just waves the white flag. Brown hits both, and Trent May will take time and advance the basketball. Reed, a really balanced scoring effort as well from SNU. Sarda, of course, with 24 and Soap with 19, but contributions all over the place. And easy to overlook. Miriam Garcia, 9 points off the bench in just 12 minutes. Those were big points there in the first half and in the third quarter when SNU was able to extend their lead.
Yeah, she had a really nice game, I would say offensively and defensively. You know, you have Abby Nihus, who makes everything hard inside, but Garcia is equally as tall, and she makes it hard to have easy looks. So she's had a really great game.
Alexis Jones, 9 points, 8 rebounds. Kenny Gillette, 6 points, but again, doing good things defensively, as well as Nihus with just a collection of stats on her line. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. A little bit of everything from Nihus, and Gillette will be the inbounder on the sideline here in front of us. Gets it into Sarda, and she's quickly fouled by Kearney. Her fourth, and Sarda to the line to finish this one off for the Crimson Storm. Reed, easy to say that Lampo's injury changed the complexion of this game, but with the way Harding shot the ball today, you probably wouldn't have seen that if Lampo was still on the court. Probably a little bit more of a concerted effort to dump the ball inside to her as opposed to firing up 24 threes today.
Yeah, for sure. She's a big part of their offense, and it's tough to see her go down. I hope it's nothing too serious.
Sarda goes 1 for 2, and Harding will take their final timeout with 6.8 seconds to go and a 79-72 lead for the Crimson Storm. Looking around the conference real quick. Northwestern takes down Ouachita 78-68. Arkansas Tech bounces back from Thursday's loss here with a 91-64 win over Oklahoma Baptist. Southwestern with a dominant 84-66 win over Henderson State, forcing 20 turnovers out of the Reddies as Tabor Beer goes for 20 points. Southeastern up 10 with under 2 minutes to go on Southern Arkansas, 81-71. And Monticello comes back to beat East Central 59-55. Kearney inbounds to Caples. Harassed by Jones. She'll fire up a three-pointer. In and out, no good. Soap has the miss. And that's how this one's going to end. Another big weekend for the Crimson Storm women. A tremendous offensive performance from the Storm as SNU takes down Harding 79-72 to complete the weekend sweep. SNU moving to 9-3, 6-2 overall in conference play. And Reed, a great showing for the Crimson Storm offensively, and they rode that throughout the afternoon to a big win.
Yeah, they had a really solid game and a lot of contributions from a number of players. They showed their depth, and they look like a tough fight in the GAC Conference this year.
Running through the final numbers for you here. SNU 55.8% from the field for the game. Again, they went 83% in the first quarter, 10 of 12. They were 9 of 16 from three-point range, 12 of 19 from the free throw line. Again, in a battle of the boards, SNU came out on top. They've played the number 2 and number 3 offensive rebounding team in the country the last 2 games and have dominated both of them on the glass. SNU 34-26 on the boards, allowing Harding only 7 offensive rebounds. Harding came in averaging 16.5 per game. Obviously, a large part of that is Kelly Lampo, but certainly they get contributions from other people as well, and SNU did a great job on the glass all game.
Anytime you shoot 55% from the field, I think you got a good chance to win the game, and they did that here tonight.
SNU taking care of fast break points 12-2. They were able to get out and run nicely. Harding 22 points off of 16 SNU turnovers. SNU 13 points off of 12 Harding turnovers. And SNU dominating in the paint to the tune of 34-6. Harding 9 points off their 7 offensive rebounds. SNU 8 points off their 6 offensive rebounds. Individually for SNU, Sonia Sarda, career-high 25 points on 10 of 18 shooting, knocked down 3 three-pointers and also had 7 assists. JC Soap, 19 points along with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Alexis Jones, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 points each for Kennedy Gillette and Abby Nehus. Nehus also had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. Cassandra Awat, 3 points, Julia Schwacke, 2 points, and Miriam Garcia, 9 points off the bench for SNU. For Harding, 18 points for Carissa Caples, 17 points for Jordan Elder. Those were the only 2 players in double figures. Cheyenne Brown finished with 9 points, 4 points for Amanda Kearney, 6 points for Brooke Bradley, 2 points for Abby Giles, 3 for Kylie Coulter, 5 points for Kennedy Cooper, 2 points for Peyton Paget, but she did finish with a double-double, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 6 points for Kelly Lampo before going down with injury. Reed, final thoughts from this one. Again, a huge win for SNU and good opportunity for the Crimson Storm to continue building momentum with 2 home games next week.
Yeah, it seemed Harding didn't have an answer for Southern Nazarene on offense. And ultimately, they might have put up 72 points, but they couldn't stop Southern Nazarene, so they fell just short here.
We'll step aside for a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Sonia Sarda and SNU head coach Trent May. This is SNU Basketball presented by Crossover Radio Sports and the SNU Video Network. Welcome back. SNU a 79-72 win over Harding today. We're joined now by sophomore guard Sonia Sarda, 25 points, 7 assists. Sonia, career high 25 for you, and you were hunting your shot early there in that first quarter. Was it something you had seen on tape that you wanted to take advantage of?
Thank you. I was getting shots, and my teammates too. So we made shots.
How important is it for you to take advantage of being able to score and also continue to set up your teammates? You did a nice job of that balance today.
Thank you. I feel like it's better for our team to I'm the PG after all, so I have to tell everybody what I have to do, and yeah.
Defensively, you guys jumped on them early, were able to kind of control the pace. How much pride do you take in your defense?
Oh, I like to defend, so I try to be there for my team and get as much as steals as possible.
And Sonia, you had some turnover issues, as did the rest of your team early the past 2 games you guys have done really good job taking care of the basketball. How much work has gone into that for y'all?
Yeah, we work hard every practice and every game. So, yeah, it's what the coach tells us to do. Yeah.
Fantastic. Sonia, 2 games, 2 wins over the weekend. How important is that for you guys to continue to build momentum with 2 more games at home next week?
Yeah, we're playing again in here, so it's good for us to feel like comfortable. Yeah.
Fantastic. Sonia, congrats on a great win and a great game, and we'll go
Can
ahead
I
and
say something to my family?
Absolutely. We'd love for you to say that.
Hola familia, os quiero mucho. Buenas noches.
That's right. It's night over there, so they get to watch it in prime time over there as opposed to mid-afternoon. So let's go ahead and get Coach May over here. And we'll get his thoughts on today's game. Again, Sonia Sarda, career high 25 points and 7 assists for the Crimson Storm. Coming on 10 of 18 shooting and a tremendous individual bounce-back game for Sonia with coming off a 3 of 15 field goal shooting performance. She also knocked down 3 3-pointers and just did a tremendous job controlling the pace of the game for SNU and setting up her teammates offensively. We'll get Coach May in here. And Coach, just number one, a great team win for you guys, especially offensively. It, kind of another touch point of reference for you as far as offensive efficiency goes when talking about that with your team.
True. And I like how you said, especially offensively. So our calling card, our benchmark, if you will, stems from the defensive side of things. And, told the girls in the locker room real quickly, I just said, hey, I've learned, thankfully I've learned, it took me a while, celebrate every win, doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. You work hard, yes, you have standards and you want to play a certain way, but if you win the game, that means you found something and something went well enough. So take the win, and thankful for our girls that they definitely didn't hang their heads. They could have, as much as we were yelling at them. So thankful for that they stayed in tune, and they did what it took to get a win today. And sometimes that's the most important thing in life. But it's good for the program, good for the season, good for the goals that we want to set out and get.
Offensively, it all started with your sophomore point guard, started with a career-high 25 points, but she also did an excellent job distributing the basketball with 7 assists. How big was her play today?
Man, I tell you, I think every shot in the first half rolled around the rim about 4 or 5 times. I mean, it hit every piece of the rim and backboard possible, but they were going in. Mm-hmm. So, if you have the touch, you have the touch. And so she did a really good job, and, she was confident in the game. She had a turnover that led to a missed layup, to a kick-out 3, and, that's not a bright moment, at the end of a game like that. And then she comes down and nails a 3, and that's what I love about her, is that she puts some mistakes behind her quickly. We need to do a better job as coaches doing that, but she literally came down the court and she buried a 3, and it's just like that's what you should do, is you put it behind you. You have the confidence. You don't hang your head for mistakes, and you make the next one your best one, and that's what she did. And just thankful for her play today. Thankful the ball was going in for. I know it didn't on Thursday, but she did a great job capitalizing today. And she also 7 assists, like you said, really dished the ball out well. And we always talk about assists, but the players got to make the shots for you to get the assist.
Absolutely.
And so I think our girls did a good job of finishing shots that we needed today. And I liked our offensive effort. It was a close game. It's a close game. They credit them. I hate that any player goes down with any significant injury, and praying the best for her and her team with that. But they weren't gonna. Told our girls that no one's gonna lay down. You play for your teammates regardless, no matter what. But when you have an injury, sometimes you really have that extra little juice, because you want to carry it on, and everyone has to pick up the slack, and they were playing off that, in my opinion, that motivation from there. But I also told our girls, like, hey, we're not playing for one player, we're playing for all of our players. Like, we're playing for the entire team, and for you're playing for every sister around you. And so they did a good job. Again, they found ways. We took care of the ball. I mean, they threw that press. We haven't been pressed in a long, long time. We hadn't even worked on it, to be honest. And so our girls did a good job. I think we had 1 or 2 turnovers out of that, but I mean, for the main part, they did a good job, and kept us in the game where where we could walk away with a win.
I was about to say, that was my next question, was with the press. That was kind of when you really built up your lead there in the fourth quarter, just really shredded it for the most part.
I'm kind of thankful that they, I was surprised they were going to go at it that early, but then again, we hadn't worked on it, so I was like, oh, maybe a great call, because if they, if we haven't been pressed in a while, then, how are we going to respond to that? But our girls did a good job, except for a couple, things here and there, but we did a good job of, finding the open man, meeting our passes, and, using ball fakes and whatnot.
You mentioned the contributions of everybody, leading up to the assist of, Mimi Garcia off the bench, 9 points in her first action in a couple of games. How nice is that to see her step right back in?
That was good. We missed her on Thursday, but I mean, it was the Abby Nihu show on Thursday from the post position, and so it was good just to have that balance. And I love that she came in right in the game, and she's really good at pivots, and and I think because she pivots so quick and so much that people are screaming for a travel, but if you don't release the pivot foot, it's not a travel. No matter, you can do 360s if you'd like, and so it was good to see her come in and really use those ball fakes and really get those pivots down, and and finishing around the glass. And so that's what she's capable of doing, and she did a great job with that. And then Sonia found her some nice assist in the second half, and it was a good overall effort for our post play.
Good week for you guys overall, getting 2 home wins. How important is that, defending the home court in a very, very tough league?
That's a great question, because it's every game is crucial. You're looking to have that that separation in conference, and at home you gotta be secure home court, hold serve, be thieves on the road if you can, and so it's just big, because I mean those are two tough teams. They're those coaches have won a lot of games, they know how to coach and prepare for teams, and so, and their players, they're used, those programs are used to winning, and so it's nice to no matter what, to, like, so I'm saying, celebrate no matter what. If you don't like the way we played, I'm thankful for the win, and because in this conference nothing's easy, so I think our girls had to earn it today, and so and they did, and so therefore we're 2-0 on the week, so thankful we're at home for 2 more next week.
Coach, congratulations on the win, and we will see you next Thursday, 5:30 tip time for the Crimson Storm and Oklahoma Baptist. We'll step aside and get you all set up for the guys' game coming up here in just a couple minutes here on the SNU Video Network.
Appreciate it, Luke. Thank you.
You bet.